Lynx's favorite, none other than
Oh,
the beautiful face of the rogue.
we should make every rogue in our guild watch this part.
Yep. Every
You
rogue who
shall
ever
now
played
be
Pantheon
known as
can see this face.
Darth Lynx.
That's
Yeah.
my face through every session. That's
This is picture.
that's my focus face.
You're all hunched over. You're skulking. You look like you're gonna do something evil, and you look like you're like Kensu said, like Doug said, you look like you're from Star Wars. Come on, there. You got lightsabers.
I love those lightsabers, man.
Yeah.
I want to play
Very
that
cool.
class now.
I'm just role playing, man.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
enough teasing Lynx about his constipation face.
Bring it on.
How good and how versatile is the rogue?
Rogues. Oh my god, where do I even start? I'll start from the beginning. They're not very versatile in the beginning because you have a limited play style. There's only so many things you can do early on. But as you progressively level and unlock new abilities and access to different weapon types and different skills and combinations, they can actually solo really well. They can group really well.
Mhm.
They just need time to cook. You really need time to cook. You're very weapon and gear dependent early on because you don't have a lot of defensive options. You don't have a lot of health. And it's very challenging. You don't have a lot of interrupts at low level to deal with casting mobs or mobs that heal, so that slows the fight down. And there's a lot of downtime, even if you are able to solo.
What
Right.
causes the downtime?
The downtime is sitting and healing yourself. Yeah, you don't get any sort of personal healing until your late 20s, and it's an elixir, and it's a reactive elixir that you apply called Toxic Elixir. It's got a 1 minute cooldown, so that's another delay
Is
between
that the
mobs.
explodey chest one?
That's the other one. There's two options you apply to yourself, and when you're hit, whichever one you have on you, which is the explosive or the toxic, the results are different. One's just
Yeah.
damage delivered, and you take a bit of damage. The other one's the elixir that applies a poison that hurts the mob over time, which can also screw with your CC if you need time to separate yourself from the mob because you need to run away or reset the fight or buy a few seconds for your cooldowns to reset, to continue your rotation, to solo, to bleed, to poison. You don't always want to have the mob poisoned or bleeding because it could really screw with you. But that's the only way you're going to get the healing factor from that one elixir.
Right.
And
So
you
is there
don't get
more
it
of
much
a,
later
does the
on.
rogue have a wide variety of tools though, or is it kind of more centric and like focused on something?
They have so many options, whether it's through traps, through poisons applied to your weapons, via proccing, whether it's gear, you can mix up your gear a little bit. You can even use your bow attacks. Even though you have no bow skills, if you time it right, a little pro tip, your ranged melee attacks from your bow do not share the same cooldown as your weapons, your melee weapons. So if you're really active, you can step in, auto attack, use your abilities. When they're on cooldown, you can always step out in between the cooldown of your auto attacks of your melee weapons, sneak in a bow shot, sprint in time for your melee weapon cooldowns to reset, and your auto attacks will land. And you can sprint out, land a bow shot, sprint in. It's almost like I want to be a ranger.
I was going to say, it sounds like you want to play a ranger with this jumping back and forth thing.
No,
Eddie.
I want to be a rogue that's versatile.
Yeah, he wants to get the maximum out of his rogue. Yeah, but listen, now I like the bow attacks too, and sometimes they do apply poisons, don't they? It's weird. I feel like sometimes the poison will go off on your range attack, and sometimes it won't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Okay, I'm going to admit, I don't know if this is a bug or not, or if it's a feature, but
I'm outing you. What's going on?
even my bow shots can trigger my weapon proc buff poisons.
Yeah, I noticed.
You might want to look into it, but if not, hey, thanks.
Thank you.
Outing himself
But
for the band hammer.
It's only the procs from the poisons I apply to my weapons, and those are instant direct damage, and it's it helps, but it's not.
So it's not something that you're. Can you apply a poison to your bow as well?
No,
or does it have to be a certain
no.
type of weapon.
We should be able to. When I say we, I'm
that would be interesting.
not part of that guild anymore, the Rogue Guild.
To
But
tip,
we should
to
be
tip
able
your
to.
bow,
Yeah, exactly.
your arrows.
Come on, poison. They've been in stories for hundreds of years. Poison.
Oh, so maybe
Yeah, having like a poison tipped arrow, like
maybe it's a feature you were
reasonable.
meant to discover, and it's just
Maybe it's a blue arrow.
Maybe blue arrow. Could be a blue dagger. Could be a green
Could
dagger.
be a
could be blue arrow.
Viagra tipped arrow.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, I would say
Hey,
that
I'm an older gentleman, so maybe.
That is
Anyway,
hard and tipped.
it's a tip about tips.
okay, all right, let's move.
So anyway, is
Ultimately,
it a good solo class?
It's a solo class with challenges because you have abilities that require you to be positioned. You get things that require you to be either flanked or directly behind the mob. And once you've engaged a mob solo, you don't always have the freedom to circle around because the AI is pretty smart.
Yeah.
It'll pivot with you. Then you're going to be forced to consume a stun. I'm really reluctant to use all my stuns because I use them as a way to reset the fight or to distance myself because I prefer to bleed my opponents, kite them, let them tick,
Yep.
step in with a stun, reset the bleeds and poisons, disengage myself. That's how I deal with solo mobs, whether it's individual mobs or group chevron mobs.
Yep.
It's not
So-
that easy though.
So it's not that bad of a soloer, but it's probably not an ideal soloer. It's probably, you would say it's stronger in group environment though?
I would say if you're not doing solo, at least try to duo at
Yeah.
minimum. With anyone that can give you any sort of healing or another class that's a fellow bleeder, kiter, daughter, not daughter, but a class that can apply dots, whether it's Necro or maybe even Enchanter or even a fellow rogue. You guys could just mix and match. You can just
Yeah.
play tennis off each other, aggro tennis. A Ranger, Eddie. We can probably do a lot of fun
Hey!
stuff with the combination of Rogue and Ranger.
That's
Paladin. Paladin's a support tank too. He could always just keep me up while I
He's
tank.
too busy solo
Right.
and with his other paladin doing everything, killing chevron mobs.
In a full group scenario, this is where they really can excel. They have the option to also CC.
Yep.
We have other stuns. We have traps that can stun. We have traps that can temporary CC by rooting mobs, like we discussed earlier with the Ranger. Similar, but it costs no resources, other than the fact that you need your readiness, or you need to have it off cooldown. You have your flashbangs. You have also
Your what? I'm sorry.
What? You have a flashbang.
Okay.
It's a flash bomb, but it's essentially the same thing. You hit the mob, it stuns it. It has a small AoE, so you can even interrupt small groups of mobs to buy your group time to reset, or for someone to get a heal or a shield buff on, or
Well, playing with a rogue, like I had a really good rogue in my play group when I was over on Black Moon as well, and I played an enchanter, and I thought that having a enchanter rogue combo was one of the best CC teams that you can have in a single group play.
Yeah.
Because the rogue, he stays out of combat and he can just go sap, sap, sap and make 3 people just go down, and then the enchanter can get the long-term mezzes out.
Yep.
And root whatever they got to do if there's something that is iron willed or something along those lines. Now we have access to the pet, so they can even do that. So yeah, I really love rogues as far as like an enchanter perspective goes. I don't know how Rake feels about it.
I
Yeah.
like them. I
like
love having a rogue around. Because sometimes you get those mobs that are like a spell nullifier or something that you just can't land a mez on quickly, and the rogue can just pop them off, and it buys me 15 seconds or so.
it's all about choices. The rogue's got to decide: do I engage first and help somebody burn a mob down? Because we don't have a lot of options to return to stealth and get out of combat. And our smoke trick, our ability to CC, unfortunately requires us to be out of combat and in stealth. So
Yep.
you got to. It's always a struggle between
Choice.
making choices, and it
Yeah.
could either save the day, it could ruin the day, it could.
It's good to have communication with the enchanter beforehand. Again, Discord is essential for this kind of play where you have to, where you have to communicate what you're going to do.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny, when this game was first released and I started playing it, nobody knew that the rogue could even CC. It was like a weird thing. They thought it was just a pure damage class.
Yeah.
But then you find out the really good rogues are on top of the CCs. They're not
Yeah.
just there behind going back and forth.
We complement
Yeah.
the hard CC classes. We can just sort of help control the area for a little bit until you get yourself prepared and things are all settled in, and then the hard CC classes just take over, and a rogue will never replace a true CC like an enchanter. Never. It's
Yeah,
never
but
gonna happen.
You offer that the stun grenade thing that you're talking about, the flashbang. Like I can't think. there's been multiple instances where I'm tanking in ABE, and I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking dead. And Lynx goes, okay, I bought you 4 seconds, and I'm just like, that's exactly what I needed to hit my heals,
Yep.
top off my wrath, get in there and like try and save the day there. But like the stuns are so critical, like
They
they're
are.
really, really good.
So again, you got to communicate with your teammates. If everybody coordinates and understands what the rogue's capable of, and you trust in your rogue, and the rogue trusts in his ability to react and make the right choice, then you're a crowd favorite for sure. But again, they really do excel in group scenarios. The majority of my time, right now, I'm level 47. I always did everything I could, first and primarily, every time I logged in, find a group, post OOC, LFG, cold call people, talk to your guildmates, get on the Discord, communicate that you need a group because you do the best in a group. You really don't want to solo if you can avoid it. So I prefer grouping, and I'm glad they excel in group scenarios.
Yeah. So, would you say the power level on Rogue is pretty high, or was it medium level?
In my eyes, I'd say they're pretty powerful. Again, it's a class that you get a lot out of it if you're willing to put a lot of time and effort into
It's
it.
very nuanced. It's very nuanced. So
Yeah, I feel like I have to mention Lynx is an exceptional player. Like,
Yeah.
he's easily 7, 8, 9, 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. He's an exceptional player. I have grouped with rogues that refuse to CC and stun. They play it like an old school EQ rogue, where they are just DPS. They just stand behind the mob, and just go poke, 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 poke. And it's just like, could you just help the enchanter just a little bit?
Yeah, I guess that's where I enjoy the class the most. I don't think everyone wants to play this style of class. I don't know if everybody wants to always press all the buttons, as they say. I look forward to those chances. I look forward to opportunities. I look forward to being valuable to my group. Again, grouping. I look forward to being just utilized. I like to be a support class in that sense. I like to be versatile, and that's the difficulty, though. It's what you put in, it's what you get out. It's challenging if you're not into that role. It's challenging if you're looking to always top the charts in DPS, because you're probably not going to if you're doing all the other things, because it takes time.
right.
If you're not DPSing, you should be doing something else. So you're a team player. Difficulty, though, 1 to 5, I'd say it's probably a 3.5.
Okay.
Once you're comfortable, probably like a 3. If you're new to the class, trying to solo, 1 or 2, because you're not doing a lot solo. So you won't really be difficult.
So, if you agree with Lynx, comment below and make sure you tell him how either right he is or how wrong he is, because he is a good player, but he can be wrong. He's not infallible.
I am not perfect by any means.
Now,
He's
speaking
so
of
humble. It's ridiculous.